Okay, four things that ladies love. Why even go into this? This isn't about seeking feminine attention or energy out of insecurity. It's more so understanding the dynamic between masculine and feminine communication. So we're not coming at this from an angle of it's like manipulation, all this dating weird stuff, like seeking out of insecurity because you clearly are abundant with where you're at. So I'm not speaking that to you. I'm more so talking down on that angle of desiring, chasing feminine attention. That's, hey, four things that ladies love. Number one is you being the man, meaning that you don't get a truly divine feminine woman in your life if you're portraying these aspects of what repels them. So you have to be strong within what you do, how you do it, who you are, to kind of line up with the lifeline to attract, if you will. But I'm not a fan of law of attraction because it's a concept nowadays, and I prefer to speak about the practicality within the attraction. So then I don't even go to use the label, oh, attract. No. When you're the man, it means that you number one and number two. Okay, so number one is that you're truly abundant. And number two, we can look at how you don't take things personally. And that's part of this real masculine vulnerability that ladies are attracted to. There's just something priceless in not needing anything outside. So when you're on your pen, meaning that you question the way that you think, you look at the energy you radiate into this world, you're responsible for your emotions. That's part of not taking things personally, right? And then that shows whether it's an aura or whether it's in words, tone of voice, or writing, or business, or financial results. It shows in different ways. And you kind of have to be able to decipher. So this is number three. Ladies do like intelligence. They don't like imbalanced intelligence, meaning that, okay, let's say you're just muscly or you're just rich, but you don't have the other balance. See, I don't know if a woman, like directly asked, would say that they like balance or intelligence, but that's what humans are drawn to naturally. And we're talking about healed women. We're talking about women who are really connected to their hearts. They know who they are because there's a trap here. And that's kind of like judging yourself. First of all, the trap is judging yourself. But if you judge yourself based upon others' opinions and confusion, maybe a lady who hasn't inquired into her own energy, then it can get very diabolical because then it's the mind analyzing things that came from another mind, which has analyzed things, and it's all nonsense. It's all a made up reality. None of it is actual truth. So, in creating yourself into a man who just is attracted physically, psychologically, physically, in terms of both your vessel, how you look, but then also what you've created for yourself in this world. So maybe financially would be the word. Um, we have that overall vulnerability, and we have that balance with, you don't seek, you know who you are, you know your value, you stand your ground. Now you're not too masculine, right? Because you're also emotional. You're able to listen. You are then a man who can play so many different roles. And see, what I mean here is things that ladies love. I'm not talking about how you can pick up every lady you talk to. No, I'm talking about how you can meet both men and ladies where they're at. And that makes you just a likable person. It makes you a smooth sailing individual. It makes you easy to interact with. There's something valuable in that for yourself and for others. Because when you're smooth sailing, because you're strong, you're not insecure, you're not seeking things, you're not chasing things, then good Lord, that aura of yours, it it gets beautiful. It really does. And then I don't even know. Maybe this is the fourth point. Be patient with me though. I didn't take notes. I didn't plan this. But the fourth thing is really when you embody all of this, everything that we've talked about in this video, then you're no longer really predictable. It means that you're spontaneous, you're loose, but you're also sharp. You're paradoxically balanced. You're awakened, you're aligned. You're moving via source. You're listening to God. And the way that you practically do that is that you notice your own ego's illusions. That's the simplest, straightforward route to awakening. Is obviously right. You need to do certain things to have the presence, to look, to watch, to observe your internal movement. But once you're at that place where you've kind of, you dotted your I's, you crossed your T's, you got some orderliness, you're not in this limited self-pity place. You're not naive about the evil in this world, but you're also realizing that God's created this whole thing, that the devil is God's agent, that there isn't like evil versus good. But at the same time, okay, you understand all that. You're not like attached to conspiracies. You realize, okay, the only thing that you can do is create. And you realize that you create what you radiate. Oh boy, we're right. You create what you radiate. So then you start to watch internally what you're radiating before you put it out into the world. Yeah? That's awakening. Because when you're aware of what you're creating in your heart, in your being, then you can change it. You see, you can't change something you're not aware of. So when you shine light on your internal distortions, then you can radiate light. When you radiate light, this is the fourth step. It's like no matter where you're at, no matter what city, what county, what country, what culture, what race, you can feel how to speak to these people. Now, I'm not saying you can learn a new language like that, but there's just something energetic that you understand, and that is that you let go. You let go of your preconceived notions. You notice them, you dissolve them, then you let go of them. And then you get moved by the world. When you let the world move you, you're so vulnerable, so open that just he or she can feel that. And you can feel it too. You can feel that you're dancing with something that you can't hold in your hand. That, baby, that's what attracts people. And I know the title, we start with 4 things that ladies love. This is really about being who you're meant to be. It's men like this, ladies like this, everyone likes it. I'm not saying everyone's going to like me. I may say something, someone may be at a certain point in their journey. They may not observe their reaction. They may come to a conclusion, create an image about who I am based upon one thing that I said, and then therefore I'm crossed off their list, right? I understand that that's okay because I had to go through that too, being in a very opinionated and judgmental part of my life and then I also noticed myself changing. For example, there's a guy, Leo Gura, Leogura, and you could look him up on YouTube. He's a great guy, but he said a lot of things that I didn't like. And the thing about awakening is that we still all have our egos, so we still all have certain preferences or parts of us, and I remember listening to him so much, and he said so many things that hit me in my heart. Every once in a while, he would say something that was like rubbed the wrong way, and I started to realize, I'm like, this is what he's talking about. This is exactly what he's talking about. Can I like notice that urge that I want to itch my ankle? That urge when Leo says something that triggers me. Can I notice it as it happens? Can I be like, interesting? Can I watch that, observe it? You do that, oh baby, oh baby, you're gonna change into a human who is just beautiful, beautiful, and you've always got that light in you. It's always been. So I'm not telling you anything new. I'm just sharing what needs to kind of be dug out from your heart. It's in there. It's in the woodworks, okay? If this spoke to you, if it made you smile, if it made you think, question, just anything of power. I do offer one-to-one work, so just check the link down below. And then I'd also say, depending on the results that you're looking for, we could create the physique. We could do the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual all simultaneously. We can, focus in on specific interpersonal changes that you need to make that you're just not sure how exactly to make them. I'll have to listen to you deeply to understand the details of where you're at and how you see things. But ultimately, I'm only looking to work with like 5 people at a time. So inevitably, I know the channel, everything's going to blow up. Not being cocky, not being arrogant. I've set that in stone. I know it's going to happen. I can feel it. I can sense it. And I can also create that. That's why I speak in the manner that I speak, right? You don't feel fear, insecurity, or worry in relationship to my my relationship. Wait, that's getting a little tough. In the the space that I have with what I share. No rush. There's no rush. So ultimately, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. Let's go.